Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the VOD. Thought I'd do a little encore stream. Really, honestly, the real reason I did it is because I realized the patch is tomorrow. So we'll be doing a little bit of a patch notes stream. I'm back. We're back. MMOs are back. Kirkland is back. Yeah. So we'll do a quick little patch notes stream, and then we'll call it an evening. I think that'll be fun. That'll be healthy. Let me look at something real quick. Ah, there it is. Little double feature. Yeah, I'm back already. Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I did miss you guys. This is not a repeat. This is not a rerun. This is live. Yeah, because so I realized that the patch comes out tomorrow. So I put together the patch notes from the team and grabbed some dinner and then put the kids to bed. Well, helped put the kids to bed. What's up, Derp Alert? But, how many Kirklands did I have? I'm on my second of the day. So, I'll wait a few minutes and then we'll just get into it. We'll do the patch notes. Beta patch 2. Beta patch 2. He put his kids to bed, now he's here to put us to bed. That's right. Tomorrow morning. Verdict! Thank you so much for the Ko-fi donation. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, Derp Alert. Yeah, so I got a little bit of heartburn earlier, and I had a little bit of a stomach ache, and it felt like a caffeine, like, coffee one. But then that passed, and then I was like, why not? Can't wait for this evening's panic attack when I go to bed. Well, I'm still nursing the second one from the earlier stream. It's not game dev if you can't have anxiety. Yeah. Hey, thank you so much for the generous donation, Verdict. I really do appreciate that. Drink some water might help. Yeah, I got some water here too. Yeah, of course. Glad to do it. I won't forget, Derp Alert. Is that 9 a.m.? Can you send me a Discord DM what you're talking about, Derp Alert? I already forgot. That's such a great shot of Night Harbor. Is it your favorite? Yeah, I would say it's definitely one of my most favorite shots in the game. I set up the safe location in the zone. What? Is the safe location in the zone here still? I think it is. I see. I wanted to say it was. Yeah. There's nothing that feels more safe than that. Exactly, cowboy bots. Exactly. Oh, that's tomorrow evening, Derpalurp. That's no big deal. Oh yeah, so the giveaway, I forgot to fire that off at the end of the last stream. So the winners were... I forgot who the winners were, let's see. Mr. Osler. The Lifted Lifter. Candora P99. T. Sundrix. And Daike Thanks. Those were your 5 winners. So, you know what? We'll do another anti-FOMO giveaway. So, if you haven't already, fire off a exclamation point giveaway in the chat if you want to be on that. And that'll just run through the entire stream, and you can peace out. And do whatever. But yeah. So let's quickly get that started, and then we'll do the patch notes. Quick little patch note stream. How many people are registered now for the lottery? It's over 16,000. Flourishing the Guide. Thank you so much for 5 tier 1 gift subs. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. It's very generous of you. Uh-oh. I could do that real quick. You wanted to go to bed? I mean, it won't take long. It won't take long to do this. All right, hold on. Let me get my son some milk real quick. And I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. Give me a minute. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Might have taken a little bit. My daughter was like, I want to stay up like you. It's always funny. All right. All right, guys. Let's just get into it so, you know, we can all go to bed, right? Because I'm totally going to go to bed after consuming dual Kirklands. All right. Let's pull up the notes. Pull up the notes. We should stay up and talk about video games instead? Yeah, we could do that for a little bit. You delve too deep into the Kirklands, that's right. Yeah, there's a giveaway that will run throughout the stream. Just do exclamation point giveaway, and then it's a no FOMO giveaway, so you can just peace out if you want. StarCraft miniatures game is dropping. Let's talk about that. I did see that. All right, let's do it. Let's get into the patch notes. Let's do it. All right, Monsters and Memories. Beta patch 2. 0.21.0.0. Tech. Features. Temporarily disable Discord rich game presence. So I think there's some kind of bug with that. That's where the little thing on Discord that says, I'm playing Monsters and Memories. Lock harvest node for 10 seconds after harvesting it for the first time. It can only be harvested by the same player. So everyone can rejoice about, you know, there it is. First to engage harvest nodes. FTE, boys. No more competitive nodes. I mean, it's competitive, but if you win the race, then you get the node. Lavorgnar, you're the guy that runs up when everybody's chopping wood and takes their wood, aren't you? It's even more competitive now. I mean, it's more fair. Storage boxes and display boxes now have configurable permissions. Owner only, group only, guild only, and everyone. Inside houses, they can be set to co-owners only. Market stalls will now always be public. So that means, like, you can't use, like if you, like, you know, that's going to be an interesting one. I'll have to think of that through a little bit if it's a little bit messed up, but if, like, people are, like, griefing with their body, but maybe there's like a concession you can make here. Maybe you can ban people from your market stalls so they can't enter like the market stall radius. I think that would be the best compromise. But I think the idea here is that you're not like ejected from the area of a market stall by it being private. Add the ability for certain areas in a house to be marked as always public, such as open patios and rooftops. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't even know about this. That's probably the case. Open a bow. I'd have to ask about that one. I'm gonna send that to Ollie and ask. If there is a way to grief a node like that, please don't do it. And if you see somebody doing that, please petition. But we'll get a case in there to block any kind of abuse like that. You can now convert a regular house to a guild house. Guild houses, it will no longer count towards your housing limits. Each guild may currently own one house. Only houses are able to be converted. The owner of the house will be the guild leader, and everyone else will have co-owner privileges. The conversion costs 1 platinum and increases upkeep by 50%. I'm already thinking of like the edge cases here. That's just like kind of the QA brain. But I could see maybe it doesn't count towards your housing limits. Everybody's a co-owner. Yeah, I'm thinking about some things that could be potentially problematic here. But either way, it's cool. It's cool that we're getting all this in. So the conversion costs 1 platinum, increases upkeep by 50%. More GM moderation tooling for housing. So be nice, be good with your the names of your houses. Don't make us, you know, have to do whatever. Added customs agents to Night Harbor, Evershade Weald, Keeper's Bite, and Shallow Shoals. They will recover items lost from destroying furniture storage box with inventory inside. They are region locked, and the UI is temporary. They will stack in one slot and be taking one item and will reveal the next. And taking one item will reveal the next. Bug fixes. Only harmful debuffs may be resisted from placeable objects like caltrops. Prevent campfires and other similar objects from bestowing their beneficial buffs to NPCs. Solve small edge cases in trades. Manipulating items inside containers were not updating properly to the other player. Crowbane! Oh my god! Crowbane! Oh my god. Crowbane, thank you so much for 50 tier 1 gift subs. Oh my goodness. Dude, that is insanely generous of you, Crowbane. Thank you so much. Oh man. Shout out to Bad Times in Wormsbane, our guild. Sir, thank you for what you do. You're very welcome, Crowbane. It's an honor and a privilege to serve the community, and thank you so much for the generous 50 gift subs. That is incredible. Thank you so much. Seriously. Thank you. Dr. Crocs, thank you for the Prime as well. You're very welcome, Crowbane. You're very welcome. It's very nice. Dude. 50 big ones, huh? I appreciate it. No, seriously, thank you so much. All right. Where were we? Oh, man. I'm speechless. Thank you so much. Solve small edge cases in trades. Manipulating items inside containers were not updating properly to the other player. Fix PvP guard aggro checks. Force a stand if feared while crouching and prevent crouching input while feared. Prevent walking NPCs from continuing to walk when rooted out of combat. Some fixes addressing randomly being teleported to a safe location. Movement in plane of meat has been fixed. Campfire button at character selection. Rejoice, everybody who doesn't have a beta. You can now move around the plane of meat. McLark37, thank you for the 3 months, bud. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying the content, man. Thanks for the 3 months. Does the PvP guard fix include mercenary aggro in zones like Fallen Pass? It should, Adichie. I think those mercenary NPCs were like have like a tag in the database that has them set as a guard, so that's probably why they were also doing the guard aggro stuff. Are these patch notes posted anywhere? No, but they will be, and they'll also be on our patch notes page. Hey! Primus MMO! Thank you so much for the raid, buddy. I hope you had a good stream tonight. I just started going over the patch notes. The patch will be coming out tomorrow. So yeah. Oh my god. Talon, Dark Forest. What? Talon, you didn't have to do that, man. Seriously. Another 50 tier 1 gift subs? Oh my god. Talon. Dude. Thank you so much. That is ridiculous, dude.
Hokushin underscore just cheered 5,100 bits.
Dude, thank you so much, Talon, and thank you, Hokushin, for the 5,100 bits. That's so generous of you, and it's so generous of you, Talon, to do that. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do, and in this community and other communities, and just, yeah, thank you so much, and I'm glad to have you. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much. That is ridiculous, man. That's straight up ridiculous. I appreciate it so much. And Crowbane, man, thank you again. And Calgaris, thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Oh, sorry, it was 5,100 bits. Thank you, Hokushin. I appreciate that. That's very generous of you as well. Hey, Co-Carnage! Welcome in, buddy! It's good to see you! Thank you so much for the, continuing the sub. I appreciate that. Dude, it's so awesome to have you in here and playing, and, yeah, man. It's an honor to have you in the chat. So, yeah, thanks, everybody. You guys are more... you guys are too kind, too generous. And I'm glad to have you all here. Games Fire, been loving my time? Dude, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, just can't wait to get it out to everybody. And just keep working on it, man. It's been a pleasure to work on this project. In a group right now on my 9 Necro? Very nice, very nice. Hope you're enjoying the Necro. It's so great to have you all of you guys in here, really. But guys, thank you so much for all the gift subs and everything. That's too kind. Okay. Let's try to get back into it, shall we? So, Plane of Meat was fixed. And then we fixed a bug related to the Reset UI button in the main menu. Thanks, Taryn. and fixed a bug related to the note icon you see in the group finder. You should now be able to click on the note icon and see the classes desired. Cool. What's up, RNG Tillis? Okay. UI, this is a big one. Maybe zoom out a little bit. Okay. UI. Error message when campfire or other similar object is full, and we are trying to add more items to it. Change granularity of weight display on the inspect window. Add the 100th place if required. Better error messaging for invalid placement of furniture and other objects. /cast0 and /cast10 are now the same thing. They will cast the last spell on the bar. F10 will now cycle hide UI plus nameplates, and then restore UI. There is now an initial colorblind option available under interface settings. Currently, this only affects health bar color changes for disease, poison, and other afflictions that can things that can be cured. A major change to interactions, windows, and filters. A new MUD tab will be automatically added to your existing main chat. This tab, by default, has the MUD and MUD error filters under gameplay in the context menu. This will filter MUD actions and NPC interactions that you have. By default, MUD and MUD error will now appear in your main chat, and you can remove these with the filters mentioned above. Old settings related to the MUD chat fading and disable MUD/interactions window have been removed. A new context menu has been added to the guild window. You can now right-click on members to invite to group or send a tell. The default location of the states bar has been moved slightly to the left, so the FPS counter isn't being blocked by it. Updated pivot and anchor for the server announcement, so it doesn't go off screen while increasing the scale of your UI. New keybinds have been introduced for hotbar banks. Set them in your keybinds menu in-game. If you submit a petition, a new glow will appear around the M main menu button while the petition is unclaimed. This will stay active. When the petition is claimed, it will turn off. Additionally, the text in the main menu, petition for a GM, will change to pending GM petition while your petition remains unclaimed. I'm not sure, Seal Trick. I haven't used it myself. Bonzo, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad that we're supporting the colorblind options. It's a very nice thing to do in games. Accessibility features are almost always universally a good thing, right? So whenever you could get them in, it's very, very good. I thought the patch was next week. So I was like, wait a second. No. And then I actually read Slack. I've been so, like, I don't know, busy that it's been hard to even realize sometimes. But yeah. The folks that work on the patch and the QA process and everything have been stellar. And when they don't need my help, then that feels awesome. To see them be able to just kind of, work, do their thing. It's very good. And then I can just focus on, stuff that I have to do and whatnot. But yeah, props to them. So, okay, let's move on. Art, character art. Minor visual adjustments to a handful of player weapons and armor. Ensured NPC halfling foot hair was securely velcroed on. Jackal form now looks like normal jackals instead of bright white jackals. Environment art. Mining nodes in the Wormsbane tunnel are once again accessible. texture updates to all of Shallow Shoals, and additional props added in some areas of Night Harbor. Definitely noted, Wickaslav. We'll see if there's anything that we could do about that. Design. Trade skills. Fixed wooden nightstand to be properly of type furniture. Added furniture wrench that you can use to destroy furniture, which is sold at Carpenter's. I believe it's the carpentry supplies. And then in the future, they will give back the furniture item. Content. Harvesting suppliers and trainers, mining, lumberjacking, etc. in Evershade Weald have been moved to a central location at the top of the Harvester's Mesa beneath the Ranger's Rest. Props to follow. I'm not sure about that, Justin Beard, but it's definitely on my list for polish items. The boat can sometimes do weird things. That's a definite. I don't know that we made any adjustments for this patch, though. So additional NPCs have been added to Phalendrol and the surrounding region. New Glass Flats Boneyard mobs have been added. Various loot table fixes have been done. Various quest fixes and improvements. Storage crate construction abilities removed because we added the configuration for them. So there was no need to have all the different individual ability ones. Sandstorm Intensity has been reduced to Night Harbor. And we also have something we're going to probably be looking at to kind of adjust the duration, possible durations of that. More like designer-facing options. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about reducing the Sandstorm Intensity, it makes sense in Night Harbor because it's like, new people are going to be spawning in. They're going to be like, what in the heck is going on? Which I think can be kind of... It can be kind of bad, right? If we don't have a good tuning for the sandstorms. But yeah, like, I think anything below that I had it set to previously is going to be pretty lackluster. So the sandstorms in Night Harbor, while they won't be too intrusive, they'll also be kind of like meh looking. Will there be blizzards? Absolutely, there will be blizzards. Absolutely. Uh-oh, ads. I'll wait the minute. Sorry, I'm so bad about being, like, looking at the ads and stuff. I see what you did there, Vocal Cynic. Blizzards of Ash in a Lava Zone. Maybe. We're definitely going to have Ashfall. But, like, a Blizzard of Ashfall? I don't know. But we'll probably have, like, regular snowfall, and then we'll have, like, blizzard, unless we, like, make snowfall somehow, like, have, like, a scaling slider to it. But I would imagine it would be its own separate thing. Javastine, I think a lot of those did get fixed, but I can't be 100% sure. I know I fixed a few of them, but I don't know that they were the Wormsbane ones. So let us know if that's still occurring. Clicking on an EQOA had Fire Rain. That would be a cool idea. Yeah, another thing that was really cool in EverQuest was the Raining Blood. I imagine that would probably not be too hard to accomplish from what we have now. You know, just color it red or whatever, and well, we'd also have to do some like data stuff in the DB, but yeah, acid rain could be another cool one, like a true like corrosive acid rain. Plane of Meat has meat blizzards. Exactly. All right. So yeah, again, carpentry supplies vendor now sells the furniture wrench. Is there an ocean fatigue system that Kraken that eats me? Not yet. Not yet. What's up, squats? All right. Keeper's Bite. I feel like these are going to be some good changes, right, Talon? Added description to Poacher's Wilna's Ring. Named NPCs are restricted from more spell effects. Cool Water Basilisks are now charmable. Added exterior lighting to the Hanging Garden Inn. Added additional props to docks, Penshaw, Farms, and Black Tide Bay. Added additional orcs to the Bay Area. Sounds funny. Random mobs should no longer try to enter Black Tide Bay's caves from the outside. Is Glinting Hollow going to be in this patch? I don't know that it is. San Francisco Bay, to be precise. Yeah. The Golden Gate Orcs. No more dragon in the caves. So yeah, random mobs should no longer try to enter Black Tide Bay caves from the outside. The northern bridge is now fully guarded. And adjusted spawns at the Shady Farm. Not sure yet on that one, Sushi. Were mithril weapons added back in? So mithril weapons, or mithril basic drops, is very, very high end. I don't know that they were ever removed. They were just moved to be a little bit higher level. Balance. Player weapon damage caps are no longer static across large level ranges. They now scale every level, factor in weapon delay, and account for two-hand and ranged weapon types. So that means you no longer have to worry about your twink weapon being a slow delay, or sorry, like a lower delay. It's kind of just like normalized damage caps. Player class is no longer a factor in weapon damage caps. A significant issue with spellcasting and physical ability skill up rates has been addressed. These skills will now increase at the expected rates. Note: players who were far behind on these skills will skill up significantly faster due to our catch-up mechanic kicking in after the fix. Combat skill ups will not normally trigger this quickly. Enemy NPC health has been increased slightly, primarily focused on levels 5 through 45. Enemy NPC armor class will now scale at a consistent rate from 1 to 60. Player health per stamina has been increased, while baseline health has been reduced. Player mana per int and whiz has been increased, while baseline mana has been reduced. So these are some of the TTK changes and balance changes that I was talking about in the short that we put out earlier today. A lot of the baseline player power is going to be, you need to seek out gear and keep up on gearing to have that much power. Player physical damage from strength has been increased, while baseline physical damage has been reduced. Hey, Squats, thank you for the 10 consecutive watch streak. The level-based scaling for physical damage does not impact the early game, so the reduction will not impact those levels. The small chance to fail a trivial combine has been removed. The existing hand-to-hand unarmed weapons have been switched to monk only. Trade skill difficulty bands, light blue, dark blue, etc., have been scaled down to better represent your chance of success. Yeah, this patch should be live tomorrow around like 6, 7 a.m. Eastern, I would say. Whenever Ollie hops on and gets it going. So where was I at? Existing hand-to-hand unarmed weapons have been switched to monk only. Trade skill difficulty bands, have been scaled down to represent your chance of success. The actual chance to fail a combine has not changed, just the presentation of recipes in the UI. Damage caps math has been changed. New charm, fear, and pacify break logic. Charisma is more important. This is a biggie. Fear and pacify break logic. Yeah, well, so please give feedback on this. Obviously, it's going to be, you're going to have to keep up on your charisma a little bit. Now, the fear, that one I didn't know that we were doing, so we'll have to make sure that that's what we want. But definitely charm and pacify, you should be keeping up on your charisma. But yes, please deliver feedback on this. I want to know, and when you deliver that feedback, please let us know what level you are, what level the target is, and how much charisma you have, and what the durations were like. Health regeneration now works like mana regeneration and will consider amount of time sitting within a tick. Shorten sandstorms to only 2 to 4 hours of in-game time, down from 8 to 16 hours. Okay, so sandstorms are now shorter. Night Harbor sandstorms have been toned down in intensity. Mounts. Mount speed at all swiftness tiers have been slightly increased. You're welcome. You are very welcome. So this isn't like this is a slight increase. This is a slight increase. We're not suddenly going to make mounts like, better than Sao or anything like that. It's just a slight increase. It made sense. Donkey swiftness value has been lowered to compensate for the increased speed. And fixed an issue where zoning on a mount could leave a copy of a character model at the zone line. Ah, yeah, so that's what that bug was. I recognize that Discord icon? Which one? Does the shorter sandstorms mean that particular NPC... I'm not going to finish reading that. Dual, yeah, probably, I would guess. But it's something that we can consider and adjust for. General abilities / skills. Fix several invisibility spells that lost their invisibility property. Auto attack will now be enabled for some damaging physical abilities that were previously omitted. By the way, guys, if any of the invisibility spells for some reason still do not work, please let me know. Feel free to DM me. But this is after the patch. But if there is, I will be very quick to hotfix it this time. But I'm pretty sure I got them all. Pinning shot nerf. Hey, Static Group Live, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream tonight. We're just going over the latest Monsters and Memories patch notes for the beta patch 2. So welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, the pinning shot. Guys, archers, man. Gotta buff archers, I feel. Alright, fix discrepancies in melee abilities and melee auto attack range. Example, round kick, sigh. Ability ranges will receive less lag compensation allowance for stationary targets. This should make it. I think that's actually a hidden ranger, or I think that's actually more targeted at archers. That's actually another archer nerf. Hidden archers are just, the stonks are very down on the archers, guys. Hey, Man of Rohan, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome in. Yeah, again, we're just looking at the Monsters and Memories beta patch 2 notes. The beta patch comes out tomorrow. But hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Seriously, guys, I think Archer, they're gonna be okay. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I know every Archer player in the chat right now is very worried, very distraught. But they're one of my children, you know? I don't just leave my children to fend for themselves. Take care of them. Hey, the Archer players were way up. They were way up on the stats. But it'd be interesting to see those stats now after the Caltrops nerf. Babel? Yes. Yes. It's changed nothing? Still stupid powerful, just less utility? And you mean the class as a whole or the Caltrops? You won't stop until Sao is nerfed. Well, and you just won't stop, I guess. That's okay. Any chance we'll see bow crafting soon? It'd be nice to have an upgrade path that isn't tied to knowing where the mob drop bows are. There is fletching, but it would be nice for us to add some better like stat bows that you can craft. All right, let's continue. Safe fall skill up rates have been increased. Fix several instances where a buff would work until you zoned or logged out, and then part of the buff would not work correctly, such as Seal of Magic's ability portion. Fix the stealth VFX applying entities, leaving stealth/invis. Applying after entities leave stealth/invis. Stun is no longer considered an incapacitate, and will no longer be removed by tenacity. PvP fix! Huge PvP fix. Nick, can you explain the Caltrops nerf? If the intent was for mobs to not be kited around with snares, then why are there 5-minute snares in the game? So basically, Archer is a martial class. It doesn't utilize any mana. Originally, there was no resist on it. So it was just like throw the caltrops down and then infinitely kite with no resource cost or anything. I've limited utility in this game to for classes that don't utilize mana to be utility like light utility. This isn't something that should be 100% uptime. It should be something that has a cooldown to it associated with it. And the duration needs to be low enough on caltrops so you can't just like... I mean, if you brought 6 archers or, you know, like, if you bring a ton of archers, maybe caltrops is an issue, but, like 2 archers, right? You don't want, like, 2 archers to be able to just infinitely make your group not need a healer. So that's some of the idea behind the caltrops nerf, and then also some of the idea behind archer not having, like, 100% uptime on, like, CC utility, right? People are chomping at the bit for a giveaway. Well, no one has to stay for any giveaways. You just entered the giveaway and then you can peace out. It's the no FOMO giveaways. I'll whisper the winners after the stream to get their emails. So after you do exclamation point giveaway, you can just peace out if you want. Nick, I really enjoyed the community aspect of this game, joining a group and working together, and pushing XP rates, even finding replacements to keep going, just reminds me of the old school EQ vibe. Thanks, Cowboy Bots. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. What's up, Broken? Yeah, T-Stream's in the same day. I forgot about the patch, so I had to throw together the patch notes. What does the melee global cooldown mean? So it's the global cooldown on melee abilities, essentially. So after you use like strike or sorry, like rend on fighter, it'll be 2 seconds before you can use armor break. Most of their abilities are just on the melee global cooldown now. That's how it affects them. So you can't just like spam like 3 buttons like at a time and then like all of your things fire off instantly. There's like a little bit of a global cooldown to it. I'll make a note about that, Evil Smatter. All right. Let us continue. Let us continue. Immunity to a status effect will now only block the status effect and not the entire buff causing the effect. So this means that like this is also probably a kind of PvP related fix, right? Like the Wizard Electric Shock line, the stun portion of it will get resisted by like hardiness or whatever, but the nuke portion will go through. So this is a nice little improvement. Aura abilities will no longer stack with other auras of the same type from other players in the group. I may do that, Cowboy Bots, but adding a consumable doesn't, you know, automatically make it a balanced thing, right? Unless it's like insanely expensive or something. Because at the end of the day, once you accrue enough wealth, then it just becomes the ability, right? Then it's just a matter of, hey, I need to put this in my inventory to use it. Hey, Heathen Brewski, thank you for the Prime, and thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Okay. On to the class-specific changes. Archer. Flash fire damage increased. It's been quadrupled. So, let me know if it's still a bit low. But, it should be good. So flash fire is the conditional fire dot that gets added when when a target is afflicted by the oil trap. The illuminating shot will ignite that effect. Yeah, the pinning shot was always intended to be like that from day one. It just applied the root because essentially we didn't have the tech for this. So you were never really meant to have a root like that, just free. So yes, it is a nerf, and we probably shouldn't have had the ability in at all, but it felt fine to have it in. But maybe, I don't know, maybe there's some kind of compromise, some kind of middle ground, or, either, like, maybe it increases the duration of the root or something, or we put another ability in to help with all that stuff. Hey, AJ76, thank you for the donation on Ko-fi. I appreciate that, buddy. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Good to see you. Always appreciate the generosity. Don't compromise with archers, Nick. There's a lot of archers in the chat right now. I'm very scared. I might get sniped. Have you looked into how TTK changes will affect anyone's ability to solo if damage hasn't been changed from mobs? I'm gonna be honest. There hasn't been a lot of balance testing on it that I'm aware of. So it's kind of it's gonna be kind of a little bit of a do it live thing. So please get the feedback to us as soon as possible if we've somehow grossly messed up. That's the best part of beta testing. It is for the developers is to get all the help we can get on that side of things. But as a player, it's gonna be it might be a little rough. Well, so we'll see. Has XP been tweaked if it's slower now? No, it has not been tweaked. We're still looking at maybe reducing XP rate a little bit as well, because so it's going to be a combination of TTK and then other factors like respawn rate and experience requirement. But yeah, the leveling is a little bit fast for the kind of game we are. Of course, it's not that fast if you're weighing it against like modern MMOs or whatever, right? But lots on more social stuff in game, like marriages / voting mayor of Night Harbor, etc. I definitely like it. I think it'd be cool. Definitely on the marriages part. On the voting mayor of Night Harbor, it's something we have to talk about. Like maybe I could see, us doing something like that in like maybe some specific town or city. I don't know that it would be every town or anything like that, but I think it's a cool idea. I did see you talking about the Star Wars Galaxies mayors, so I'd be curious to see how they did that. But I would hate for it to be like a mechanism for somebody to like grief the server, right? Too badly, at least. I don't know. Maybe it could be fun. But yeah, we'll see. Interrupting shot needs to lock them more than 1.5 seconds in PvP. Half the duration because PvP. I can interrupt one gate potentially. Cool. Scatter shot 2 second. Mez is also mediocre but solid. Wait a second. Are you saying that the PvP duration for an interrupting shot is half of what it should be? Like, there shouldn't be a PvP duration for that. I'll take a look. That doesn't sound right. There isn't like a 50% reduction on those abilities. The PvP debuff durations are just a hard-coded number that I put in. Now they may like share some like diminishing returns or something, but I don't know that interrupts do that. Maybe Scattershot. So I'll have to take a look at Scattershot, because I think Scattershot's considered an incapacitate. Clobber doesn't stun for 6 seconds. Interesting. Good night, Halascore. All right, let me get to the end of these notes. So most abilities are now on the melee global cooldown. Flurry of Arrows now buffs only range damage instead of all physical damage, matching the intention and tooltip. Pinning Shot now applies the Brute effect only if the target is knocked into a wall or obstacle. Made Caltrops placement only be blocked by other Caltrops with a minimum distance of 3. So no longer can you not place Caltrops near your campfire. Please, Rogue Poisons. Yeah, Rogue Poisons are definitely on my short list. Beastmaster. Exhaustion added to the Beastmaster spell merchant. Now has access to minor regeneration, lesser regeneration, regeneration, and greater regeneration. Sounds good, Todd. I'll get that right away. Exhaustion, not shotgun. Bears and beetles / scarabs should always bond with the intended abilities. Food will last longer on pets, and their stomach size has been doubled. So is mine. Remove some odd emotes and other behavior from tamed pets. Fix several issues with buff persistence when pets die or are dismissed. Soon, Zociel. Soon. Delshov, I can't. I'm gonna just say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I don't know how all the like end user license agreements work and like legal stuff. But screw it, right? I say it's fine. We're gonna need to give the alchemist the ability to make Ozempic now. All right, let's continue. Remove some odd emotes and other behavior from tamed pets. Sorry. Fix several issues. Okay, I already read that. You can no longer dismiss dead pets. Wait, did I say fix several issues with buff persistence when pets die or are dismissed? I don't know. Sometimes I lose my spot. Let's carry on. Inquisitor. Purifying Blow now has a passive chance to strike an additional time. I believe that only occurs above a certain level. I have to double check on that. Mana Burn Line. Replaced the placeholder mana values. You Inquisitors! Why? It's very convenient. Why didn't you report that the Mana Burn spell line all had mana values that were equal to 5? It's very weird. I was watching what's his name? Etup? Or what's it? The Path of Exile guy. I was like, how is he just mana Etup? Yeah. I was like, why is he just mana burning that mob and it doesn't cost any mana? And I was like, And then cast time increased from 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. And I still need to determine if mana burn, mana destroy kind of spells, the mana is like too high or too low at certain levels, because I definitely feel like you can sap the mana from a target like really fast. I wonder why it wasn't reported. And I'm not throwing shade at him or anybody. I was just poking fun. You know, it's on me to get that stuff. Nick, I am still getting to know the M&M team. Are you kind of the head of software? No. So I'm one of the original founders, co-owners of the company, and one of the lead game designers. I have basically touched almost every part of design, and right now my main focus is classes. I still do some content and trade skill work here and there. But now we have so many content designers. We have a dedicated trade skill designer. So it's a lot more like planning and like management kind of things, and you know. But I am very still dedicated to like the class work and various other responsibilities. Yeah, you're very welcome, Tebers. Glad to have you in the community. He's also a Kirkland spokesman. That is right. So, fixed an issue where Aura of Magic Resistance was behaving erratically and turning itself off. M&M, sponsored by Costco. That's right. Monk, Fists of Flame damage has increased. So that's also been like quadrupled. Again, if that feels too low, just let me know. Empowered Celestial Vitality now also grants 1 level 1 to 5 level 60 mana. Earth Empowered Celestial Fury. What did I say? Empowered Celestial Vitality? I think I did. But anyways, Earth Empowered Celestial Fury. Physical damage reduction increased from 5% to 10%. And now also grants +5 block skill. Celestial Strike and Round Kick are now on the melee global cooldown. And Sweeping Kick now uses the Roundhouse Kick animation. Nick is going slow because he's about to show off all the Shadow Knight buffs. Yeah, about that. I may have gotten a bug fix in for one of the... I don't know if it made it this patch, but there was like a bug fix or something Shadow Knight related to their Shadow Strike. Like reapplying one of the Swirling Shadows abilities was not being reapplied by that's been resolved. I don't know if it's in this patch or the next one. Paladin, Restorative Smite now has a passive chance to strike an additional time. Ranger now has access to minor regeneration, lesser regeneration, regeneration, and greater regeneration, similar to Beastmaster. Shadow Knight, Shadow Strike now has a passive chance to strike an additional time. And again, I believe this is the high-level thing. But there are some more changes coming in for Shadow Knight and the hybrids in the next patch, so... Don't you worry, Shadow Knight people. Wizard. Fixed dual wield, not actually performing offhand melee attacks. Oh, so wizard dual wield specifically. So wizard dual wield is where you can have a staff and a sword, but not two swords. So yeah. Gandalf mode, basically. Added ability, Imbue Arcane Filament, level 1, a novice staff imbuement that can unlock your mana missiles line. Added the mana missiles line. These channeled blasts of magic require an enchanted staff and can be used to stack marks of magic on enemies. Mana Orbs level 4, Mana Darts level 12, Mana Arrows level 20, Mana Missiles level 28, Mana Volley level 44, and Mana Barrage at level 60. No Necromancer buffs? Don't you worry. We'll get something. We'll get something. Added ability, Imbue, Projection of Will, level 28. A more advanced imbuement, granting your staff with the power to drive away foes. Added ability, Wall of Force, level 40. Summons an ethereal barrier that stops your enemy's pursuit. You shall not pass. When is the update getting pushed? Tomorrow morning around 7 a.m. Eastern, I want to say. And telekinetic knockback now applies the stun effect only if the target is knocked into a wall or obstacle. So similar to the archer pinning shot. I see what you did there, Sarthrago. Cringe. I don't know that it's like I don't know how it interacts with players versus NPCs versus all that, but yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. It is a cooldown, so it's not like you can just spam it. So yeah, that is, unless there's some other patch notes from the yes. We got a few more bug fixes here. I guess I could copy those in. Here, I'll just copy the... Oh, God. Uh-oh. So, hot off the presses, we've got a few more bug fixes here. Fix bug with duels, where killing a player pet would declare you as a winner of the duel. And fix a minor bug with hide player pet names, also hiding NPC pet names. Move harmful buff application PvP check addresses a bug where buffs that later applied a harmful buff would result in players being attacked by guards. Ensure light sources are deactivated when sending them to the bank from the player's inventory. Don't signal guard aggro for PvP when dueling players auto-attack each other. Update diminishing returns stack in edge case where the caster is the same on an additional cast. Show the crafting expand option for bags when it's appropriate when calling open all bags via Shift B. The next patch will have a lot more class changes. Again, it's like me getting into the back in the swing of things of just blasting on classes. Hopefully I will do another stream this week. And it'll just be a long class development stream. And we'll get a ton more love to all the other classes. So please don't get sad. There's still a lot of beta. There's still time. Just huff the copium, everybody. It's gonna happen. Don't worry. But yeah, that is... We got time before EA. We got time before Module 1. We've got time before Module 2. We've got time before 1.0. So yeah, that's the Monsters and Memories Beta Patch 2. So yeah, please deliver feedback. We want to hear feedback on a lot of this stuff. And yeah, keep the bug reports coming. Keep the feedback coming. Greatly appreciate it, guys. Plane of Meat raid when? Give us a few years. Yeah, glad to do the extra stream. You have an estimated time frame for QA interviews. Probably like still going to be a week or two on that, if I had to guess. On the long end, a couple weeks. There is a lot of applications. There's over 70 applications. So yeah, it's, there's going to be, a lot of time spent on that. How about adding a response in chat when clerics cast or delayed spells? Makes painful for other healers grouping with them? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Perez Dispenser, thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate that. But hey, do you guys have any questions? Otherwise, I guess I'll find somebody to raid. Oh yeah, I should do the giveaway. I'll do the giveaway this time. No demos this evening. I will do more of that stuff on the next stream. Thoughts on State of Paladin? I like it, but I think that could use a little bit of love. I don't know, Wicca. Show us your Brood War skills. I'm not that good. I'm only like a B player on a good day. So. All right. All right. I guess we'll fire off that giveaway real quick. So again, if you want to be part of the giveaway, do a quick exclamation point giveaway. And then I'll fire off some beta keys. Beta invites, I should say. Nice, effigy. All right. Choosing a winner. Choosing a winner here shortly. We'll give it a minute. And we'll also do this. Get that nice Night Harbor background in there. You're very welcome, Hector. Glad to do it. All right, let's fire these off. Tokyo. Fringe Loop. Frick 4. Brixby. And Toon John. Toon John. You are the winners of tonight's beta key giveaway. Well, beta invite giveaway. Congrats. Whisper me your Eminem account email. And I'll whisper you guys as well if you don't get to me first. And yeah, let's see who's streaming out there. And I'll also get this VOD up on our YouTube channel. If you aren't following or subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can do that. And let's see here. Yeah, I don't know how much longer ZBrush is gonna go, so I'll probably hit somebody else in the monsters and memories category. just to share the love a little bit. Cool. I think I got a target for this evening. We were just talking about him. Oh, Tokyo, feel... I'll get you, don't worry. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to everybody who donated and subscribed and gifted all those subs. That was super, super generous of you, and all the donations on Ko-fi as well. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting Monsters and Memories. I'm so glad to have you guys in the community and just, you know, to be making this game for everybody. So thank you so much once again. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll do another dev stream this week. So yeah, have a good night, guys, and let's get that raid going. And have a good night, everybody. See ya.